Cowboys football is back, and the Cowboys go to Cleveland on the road, and they get a win. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, here we go. Here's it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. This is history. It's never happened in the history of the NFL.
Thank you so much for joining here for this post-game reaction video. Cowboys take down the Browns 33-17 on the road in Cleveland in the dog pound. Dak Prescott, money bags, goes in. And after signing his new contract, $240 million, $231 guaranteed, 4 years, plays a great, solid game. Not a game that we needed Dak to win. We just needed him to be him. And this defense, man, is very surprising. Surprised me in a lot of ways. And this defense, game ball goes to this defense. Mike Zimmer, welcome to Dallas. Welcome back to Dallas. The new defensive coordinator. I mean, this defense was flying around. I don't know if I've seen this defense fly around like this when they were playing with Dan Quinn. There was something different in this defense. They seem more stout. They seem more aggressive. They seem more disciplined. The missed tackles weren't there. I mean, they were tackling a tough Cleveland Browns team. And let me get this out of the way here first. A lot of people, a lot of Cowboy haters, a lot of analysis, you're going to hear it all week in the media. I'm telling you, I'm predicting it. I'm telling you, they're going to be saying, oh, it's the Cleveland Browns. It's Deshaun Watson. Yeah, the boys were going to win. We all know that. This isn't much. Don't gloat about this. Look, hold up. Vegas had the Browns winning this game by a 2.5 point spread. That's what they thought of the Cowboys. And let alone the Cleveland Browns are not a bad team. Now, look, they weren't in good shape tonight. And I can't predict what they're going to do for the rest of the season. But last season, 11-6, 8-1 at home. We talked about this in the pregame prediction video. And thank you so much for watching that. Deshaun Watson was 5-1 as a starter before the injury. They got Amari Cooper. They traded for Jerry Jeudy. They have Njoku. No Nick Chubb, but they still have a running game. Oh, and they have the defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett. And they were telling, media was saying all week, Myles Garrett, he's gonna have a big day against that rookie Tyler Guyton from who the Cowboys drafted in that first round. Well, guess what? 33-17. We dominated them. There wasn't at any point where this game was close or competitive. The Cowboys had a complete team win today in week 1. And I had predicted the Cowboys to win, right? I said 37-34. I thought it was going to be a shootout, but I did not expect this defense to look that good this soon, this fast. Oh my gosh. Does it feel great or what to have linebackers on this defense? No Marquise Bell with safety size coming up and playing linebacker anymore. No, we got Eric Kendricks, a sack, an interception for the new addition linebacker veteran, and then we got DeMarvion Overstrom, the young kid from Texas, got an injury last year in the preseason, didn't play all year. Now he has his chance, and he showed out. I mean, he's got some speed, man. He's got some east to west speed. The way he gets to close in on the quarterback. Deshaun Watson had a terrible day, and we made nothing easy for Deshaun Watson and this Browns offense. Just a tremendous effort. A tremendous game from this defense, and you had to tip your hat to, despite trepidation, despite hesitation that we had about this defense. We knew Michael Parsons was going to be great. We knew a lot of all these players, DeMarcus Lawrence, we knew they were going to be great, but just we didn't know how they were going to fit into a system because you need more than players. You need a good defensive coordinator that can dial up the right packages, the right schemes at the right time. And Mike Zimmer, man, he's got some demons in his life, and he is exercising it on the opponents. And man, he was in his bag today, just terrorizing Deshaun Watson. We look at the stats: 20 of 45, 169 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. I mentioned Eric Kendricks got that interception from the Micah Parsons tip, which Micah Parsons, but he showed out. It was a Defensive Player of the Year showdown between Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons had the better game. Remember that. This may be the year he gets that award. But on the other side, you know me. If you've been tuning into this channel and you know me, you know I talk about my favorite player, Trayvon Diggs, number 7, and he is back and he got an interception. The All-Pro, Pro Bowl shutdown corner number 7 is back. Welcome back, number 7. Great interception, and we just terrorized the Browns. I mean, Amari Cooper just got no rhythm. He had a chance to get a touchdown, but after he beat Israel Mukuamu, I mean, he couldn't haul down that catch anyways. I mean, Amari Cooper, 2 of 16. 2 catches for 16 yards. Their best player was David Njoku, 4 receptions for 44 yards, and he didn't even play the entire game. And talk about that run-stop effort. I told you guys I felt good about what we had on paper going against this run defense, and we held Jerome Ford to 12 carries, 44 yards. 33-17, 16-point win. It really didn't feel that way because the 2 touchdowns that happened, one of them happened in garbage time, so it's pretty much 33-10. And the first touchdown, I mean, the Cowboys were playing off. I mean, it was during the third quarter, and we really weren't pressuring and we weren't dialing up the blitzes as much as we were. It felt like an easy touchdown for the Cleveland Browns at that point, but we never gave them anything to get any kind of rhythm, to get in any kind of flow. And just hats off to Mike Zimmer for game planning such a great game plan against the Cleveland Browns. I mean, again, this is a Browns team that went 11-6. Kevin Stefanski is the head coach, and he is the one that calls plays, just like Mike McCarthy for the Cowboys. And he managed to get this team to an 11-6 playoff record without Deshaun Watson. So they're good. They're well coached. They're a good team. They made the playoffs, and they got talent. And we went into a place where they were 8-1 at home, and we dominated them from start to finish in every phase of the game. Offensively, we scored against them. Defensively, we didn't let them get anything. And special teams, you talk about Brandon Perfect Butter Aubrey hitting every single field goal that he made, but also Kevontae Turpin getting in the end zone for his first touchdown in his career. Finally, just a round of applause for Kevontae Turpin. For a while there, I was giving up on him, thinking those 2 touchdowns in the preseason game is really helping him. But he got his first one, 60-yard punt return touchdown for Kevontae Turpin. Hats off to you. I'm so happy for him. But just a terrific effort from this defense. And then if we looked at the offense, I mean, Dak Prescott, the $240 million man, right? 19 of 32, 179 yards, 1 touchdown. Look, you're going to get some Dak haters, obviously, with what just happened, the big news, him becoming the highest paid player ever in the National Football League. But a lot of people are going to be like, we pay him $240 million. He should be throwing 5 touchdowns. Shut up. You don't need your quarterback to go out there, throw 50 times, throw 4 touchdowns, have 400 yards. I don't want my quarterback. I want my quarterback when I need him. And this is a team sport. It's a 3-phase team sport. And you need all of it going your way if you're going to win a lot of ball games in the National Football League. So Dak Prescott doesn't turn the ball over, had good rhythm, had some really good drives there. And I love what Mike was doing, getting him outside of the pocket with play action. And Dak Prescott did what he was supposed to, and I'm happy. He had a good game. Obviously not going to jump out of the stat paper, but no interceptions, had a touchdown. He looked really good today. Hats off to Dak Prescott. And welcome back to number 15. Parentheses, number 21, Ezekiel Elliott got in the end zone. Didn't think he was going to get in the end zone, but he got in the end zone, and it felt great, man. It was enough to make a grown Cowboys fan cry. Seeing Zeke and Dak back in the end zone, oh, man, it's getting me in my feelings already. 10 carries, 40 yards, a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, man, you would have never told me. If I didn't know anything about the Cowboys through training camp in the offseason, I would have thought CeeDee Lamb was there the entire time. But, man, the Dak and CeeDee Lamb connection is extraordinary. What they do on the field is out of this world. I mean, it's up there. It really is as one of the best connections in the NFL right now, and they showed it. I mean, CeeDee Lamb didn't even, he had the holdout all off season, and he comes in there, has a great game, 5 receptions, 61 yards, and obviously Brandon Cooks, that sweet. I encourage you, rewatch that play, the Dak to Cooks touchdown. I mean, Cooks is breaking out of his route, doesn't even know the ball was coming his way. Dak has pressure in his face, but because of the connection, because of the chemistry, because of the confidence, he lobs that ball up even before Cooks breaks for his route, and it's a touchdown. Just incredible play that I think a lot of Cowboys Nation undervalues. They don't know how good you have it right now, and that's why we paid CD, and that's why we paid Dak, so that we can have games and small things like that lead to wins like this, 33-17. And again, a valiant effort from the offense. A little bit of frustration for them not scoring enough touchdowns. There were a lot of things that the defense did to give this offense opportunities to make it, maybe a 40 burger to put touchdowns in the column there. But you have to remember, this defense for the Browns is really good. They were the number one defense in the NFL last year. This defense is no joke, and obviously they have the Defensive Player of the Year. So I think a lot of the struggles, a lot of the frustrations that we saw with this defense, it was crunch time. It was the second half. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Just run up the score against them? No. There was a little bit of struggle there getting the run game going, and there wasn't a lot of momentum for this offense in the second half. That was the only thing I can nitpick at. Now, what would I have loved to see is a run game and a couple more touchdowns just to show that we were dominant. But unfortunately, we didn't see that run game. And I'll tell you why we didn't see that run game. And I mentioned in my pregame prediction video, I think one thing that this team, Brian Schottenheimer and Mike McCarthy on the offensive play call side of things, what they need to figure out is how to use Ezekiel Elliott wisely, Deuce Vaughn, Rico Dowdle, and potentially Dalvin Cook, Hunter Lipke. You got to find the right moments to get them in the game. Because I don't think Zeke is that number one guy anymore. I think he struggled to get those first or second down runs. Granted, it's a lot on the offensive line, right? Which they actually played a really good game today. But you saw in the second half, as soon as we gave Rico Dowdle the ball, he was getting the 4-yard runs, the 5-yard runs, and just wearing down the Browns defense, killing the clock, and making sure the offense was still out on the field so it wouldn't give the Browns any chance to come back and, make the game competitive again. So I liked when we played Rico because he was getting the yards that we needed, the yards per carry to keep the clock going. But when we need Zeke, we need him in protection schemes when he needs to chip and block on an offensive play call, on an offensive pass play call. And we need him in those short yardage situations, which he was great at. I mean, he got a touchdown. As soon as we went into the red zone, I was like, this is Zeke's time if you want to get there. And we got within the 5 and Zeke ran it in easy. So that's going to be a challenge for this team to know the rhythm of when to play the right running back. I felt like we struggled in the second half when we probably could have had a better flow and not give the Browns the ball back so much. Not that it mattered. I mean, the defense was just killing the Browns today. But things like that, the little things, because we talked about it all last season. No running game. We needed running game here. But I think Rico can really be that guy to carry most of the load here and help the running game and help the running attack. And Zeke, of course, and Dalvin, they can be in there for those short yardage situations like they did perfectly today. So that's my only critique. And I felt like there's a little bit of, I would have liked to see more Jake Ferguson offensively. I think seeing him in the middle really spreads out the team, not just attacking CD or not just attacking Cooks. We just have so many weapons, I think we could have had a better offensive performance, but 33-17, I'm not complaining. This defense did its job. And you know what? Not a lot of people are going to want to hear this, but the offense did its job, because when the defense is doing that well, as an offense, you just want to keep putting on points. I know we want those 7s, but if they can just keep increasing that score and the defense keeps doing its job, we can win ball games. And, defense wins championships. And we've been saying that, and we felt like we maybe had that defense the past couple of years under Dan Quinn. But they look good today. I'm not going to go crazy. Like I said, I told you in the pregame prediction video, it's week 1. If the Cowboys win, if the Browns win, let's not overreact. But I really liked what I saw today, and I was very surprised about what I saw defensively out of this team. And again, this Browns defense was number 1 last year, so they brought it against this offense, but we were still able to score 33 points against them. And so this is a great team win. I mean, every phase did something to earn this win. Special teams, punt, kicking, defense, and offense. This is a team win, and a lot of people doubted the Cowboys being able to do this despite the controversial offseason, but they come in here on the road again. It's hard to win on the road, especially in an area like Cleveland, and they did it. So Cowboy fans, this is great news. This is amazing news. This team, I mean, we saw a pretty high ceiling today. If everyone's healthy, if everyone's clicking, this team can do it again. And I'm talking about back-to-back 12-win seasons going into the fourth season. The expectation is there. At least 10 wins. Can we get up to 12? We have to see. But what we saw today was tremendous. Hats off. Great team win. I mean, what we saw today was good news. But be sure to comment down below what your thoughts were about the game. And of course, I will see you guys later this week. We'll dive down on some all 22 footage from this game, and I will see you then. But be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more Cowboys content, and I'll see you guys next video. Go Cowboys!
Here we go! Here's it out.